Now I go back to another James Bond movie and we go into The World Is Not Enough. Again, I thought the intro, not as creative as the Madonna version, but I liked the song way better. Like Garbage did a great job with that. I liked Sophie Marceau and that Scottish actor from Trainspotting. I thought they did a great job, but it was just missing a lot in the movie. It's just like, I'm gonna take over the world, that kind of stuff. Then we go into another Kurosawa movie. We watch Rashomon. I finally saw that movie and it was okay. I think it's highly overrated. See, seeing all these classic movies, I finally get what a lot of cartoons and old shows that I've watched are parodying. So I saw a parody of this in a Garfield and Friends episode as a kid. I thought that was so creative because I used to be, Garfield and Friends is very creative. There's an episode where Garfield is telling his side of the story, and then his owner, I don't even remember the owner's name in Garfield, he tells his side of the story, and then it's completely different, but the same story. I thought that was so creative for Garfield and Friends. I'm like, oh, they're just doing Roshomon. So, it's well done. It's worth seeing once, but, kind of like, Moonlight and Parasite. It's, watch it once. I got it. I don't think I want to watch this again unless I'm just trying to learn from it. Back to Bond. We're watching Tomorrow Never Dies this time. So, Goldeneye hits it right out of the gate. We got James Bond going with Pierce Brosnan. Now we're doing Tomorrow Never Dies. Already like a loss in quality. I like the idea. I like the villains. Jonathan Pryce, always love seeing this guy on screen. He could play any kind of role, and in this one he's a news media mogul trying to take over the world. How relevant would that be now? Okay, fear baiting with the news trying to take over. That's interesting. For some reason I thought it was Lucy Liu who played the Asian, but no, it was whatever her name was from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She was the female lead in this, and I don't know, it was okay. It wasn't amazing. The whole thing for me, also, by the way, I love the Sheryl Crow version. There's also a Katie Lang version, which sounds way more James Bondy, but I liked the Sheryl Crow version better. Anyway, I watched this movie, and the whole time I was watching it, because I loved Goldeneye. I played the hell out of the multiplayer like everybody did, but I also played the hell out of the single player. I earned every cheat in that game. Ladies, I know you're getting wet just hearing this, but I did it. I'm not just making that up. But the whole time I was watching this movie, I was just thinking, okay, that's going to be a level, that's going to be a boss, that's going to be a weapon you can use in the game. They can make a whole level just out of that one little thing right there. I'm watching this whole thing because I'm ready for like the next Nintendo 64 James Bond game. It doesn't happen. The rights go over to, I don't know, somewhere else, not Rare, and it never happened. So that was the major hurting thing for me. But yeah, not that great of a movie. A lot of like stupid like kung fu, stupid crap, like they would do in like early 2000s. How can you watch like Jackie Chan movies and then think the action that you have in your movie is acceptable? I'm like, did you not just see Rumble in the Bronx? You think these kind of action scenes with martial arts are okay? You think these are passable for a movie with as big as budget you got? This time, no Akira Kurosawa. We're going straight into another Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie. Let's finish it off. We go Goldeneye. We went reverse this time, okay? Instead of watching a row and see how they degrade, I'm going back and watching them upgrade. Like, let's see where we started from. It was the best, obviously, of all the 4 Pierce Brosnan movies. Now I've got you, Goldeneye. Tina Turner doing Goldeneye. Little known fact, Ace of Base actually did their version of Goldeneye. Goldeneye, dun, 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 dun. You can find all this on YouTube. I don't know, some people like that version better, but I think Tina Turner did better. But Ace of Base, that's interesting. I didn't know they were still relevant at that point. I mean, is Tina Turner still relevant at that point? What am I talking about? But the thing I don't understand is, I think everybody's seen Goldeneye. I mean, skip like the next minute if you want to, if you haven't seen Goldeneye, if this is a spoiler. But why would Alex Trevelyan kill himself to make Bond think that he died and then almost kill him and make him jump out of a plane? Like, how did you know he was going to be able to escape like that? Like, just kill him. Like, it's all done just for flair. Like, none of it really makes sense logically. But yeah, it was a good movie. It was interesting to watch again, especially since I played the video game so much. I was one of those kids who would play the hell out of the game, then watch the movie. Like, I'm confused. Okay, now we're going back to Akira Kurosawa. We watch Hidden Fortress. Yes, I've never seen Hidden Fortress before. Yes, I see how the 2 characters that are always like bickering are R2-D2 and C-3PO. A little less rapey in the Star Wars versions, but yeah, they are in this movie. And, it's interesting. It was a good movie. It was fun to watch. I don't know if I'd ever want to watch it again. Kurosawa movies, I respect them. They're very good, especially if you're looking from a cinematic point of view, especially when he starts making movies in color. But they're not like so much fun I want to watch them over again. Now we're not doing a James Bond movie, even though it sounds like we are. We're watching Goldmember. Yeah, the 3rd Austin Powers movie. I tried to watch this. I hate watching comedy movies. I don't know what it is. I think I just seen so much comedy as a kid. That's how I became a comedian. But I couldn't watch this. It's just too like, it's just too bad. I did like this one part where they speak. Let's speak British. A title, the apples and pears. You know, they were doing all that kind of like British slang. So I thought that was really funny, interesting with the subtitles. But none of the rest like hit it all for me. I couldn't watch it. I made it to maybe like 20-30 minutes of him doing the character. Oh, Scottish, I'm gross at humor, I'm farting, I'm shit. I don't think Mike Myers can make a movie without a Scottish accent. I don't even think his parents were Scottish. I don't know, he just loves Scottish people. Yeah, everything was just gross at humor. Like even with the mini-me Dutch guy with the eating his skin flakes or whatever it was. Like everything was just gross. I don't like gross out humor. All right, John Carter of Mars. They're trying to make another book into an epic movie because of Lord of the Rings and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, it was an okay movie. It just wasn't that amazing. It was just okay. Not a bad movie, just not enough to warrant that kind of budget, I guess. Dirty Harry, finally saw that movie. It was pretty good. I can't believe that was seen as so controversial for the time. I'm like, that? Okay. I'd like to warp them to see what just our average movies are and see how it goes crazy. Ghost World, I finally saw this. I love those like super like very realistic movies. Those are the kind of movies I really try to make because I feel like all the little subtle things are magnified more the more realistic everything is. So that goes for horror and comedy and any kind of suspense. Like the more real you can make it, the more any can. So yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I could watch that a couple times. For some reason, I thought it was Christina Ricci in this movie, but it's some other girl that kind of looks like her, Thora Birch or something. So I couldn't just watch one movie by this guy. I had to watch, that's right, Art School Confidential. Being a theater major and just being around artists, being a comedian and filmmaker, all this stuff, I recognize a lot of these types of personalities. I definitely recognized it when like a guy worked really hard on his art project and then people didn't think it was any good and then people were praising somebody else's shitty art project and he just couldn't handle it. I see that so much with comedy, just like, how did you think this person's great? They're getting on the Just for Laughs showcase? Them! They suck! I've never seen them ever do well! And then you're over there doing great in front of crowd. Now I'm just doing a rant about myself, but I see this kind of stuff all the time, so I like that. The professors being just full of themselves, even though they're not even successful. I definitely recognize that from being in theater in Arkansas. So yeah, there's a lot of that. But this one wasn't as realistic. It went a little too sitcom-y in the overdone kind of characters and comedy. So it kind of like went back and forth with that. It didn't have like the same tone I felt throughout. But I thought overall it was a good movie, a lot better than a lot of the other stuff that's being made. I guess that's one of the few comedies I can watch that are like that.